You're not getting the most out of your cold therapy if you're not doing this one thing. It's called the Wim Hof method. It's a breathwork practice that will elevate your experience doing cold exposure. I'm gonna show you how you should be breathing before, during, and after you do cold therapy. Hey, I'm Dom, a multidisciplinary breathwork coach and the director of community at Plunge. Find a towel, take a seat, get comfy, and let's do some breath work. There are many types of breath work, but one of the best known is the Wim Hof method. Wim Hof is considered by many to be the founding father of the cold exposure movement. The Wim Hof breathing technique has helped many people feel less stressed, more calm, and totally ready to jump into the cold. Generally speaking, breath work has tons of benefits, and they include boosted energy, mental clarity, supporting your immune system, increased athletic performance, pain relief, reduced sense of anxiety and depression, better sleep, and just an overall sense of well-being. These are all very similar and complementary benefits with cold exposure therapy, which we'll explain in the video linked below. Also, if you're ready to take the plunge and get the best at-home ice bath, we have a special offer for you linked in the description below. What are the best practices for doing breath work? If you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure, epilepsy, or any cardiac conditions, you should talk to your doctor before cold plunging, and the same goes for doing breath work. As a general rule, you should never do breath work standing up next to a pool or in any body of water in case you get lightheaded, or even worse, if you become unconscious, you could ultimately drown. Breathwork is a safe practice that allows you to connect with your body, but it's also really important that you listen to your body when you're doing it. If you get lightheaded or you feel really dizzy, that's a good time to slow down your breathing, take a little break, and return to normal before you proceed with any breathwork practice. The same breathing techniques that we're going to do in this video can be used for a cold shower or any other cold therapy practice. We'll have a video after this one talking about cold showers versus the cold plunge, so you can learn which is best for you and your goals. Subscribe so that you don't miss it. Now we're going to start the breath work. You can do this sitting down, lying down, but just make sure you're not standing up and that you're not next to any body of water and you're not in the cold plunge. You're going to start by taking in a big inhalation through the nose or through the mouth. In, and you're going to exhale all the way out. You're going to inhale in. You're going to exhale out. So the breathing pattern that we just did, we're going to be doing that for 30 breaths. Then at the very end, we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale about 90% of that breath out, and then we're going to hold. And we're going to hold for 35 seconds to a minute. If you're just getting started and you feel like you need to breathe, that's okay. You're going to hold that breath, and then when you feel the need to breathe, that's when you'll finally take that big inhalation in. So let's get started. So go ahead and follow my breathing pattern. Try to keep up if you can. If you need to go a little faster or a little slower, that's okay. As you do this breathing technique, you want to try to imagine that you're filling up right in the belly. So the belly should push out a little bit. You breathe in, and this area in your diaphragm should kind of push out. What you don't want to do is only breathe into the top of your chest. So what that would look like is if you were putting your hand right here and were to breathe into just the chest, you would feel your shoulders come up and tighten. We want to try to minimize that by bringing the shoulders down when we exhale. Just like that. If you put your hands right here on your diaphragm and you breathe in, you should feel that diaphragm and the belly pushing out a little bit. That's how we want to breathe. And then go ahead and exhale. And we're going to do a nice circular breath. What we mean by a circular breath is you're going to breathe in, and without pausing, you're going to exhale. You're going to breathe in and exhale. We're gonna do 10 more. In and out. 5 remaining. In. Last one, all the way in. Second little sip of air in. Exhale all the way out. And you're gonna hold that exhale now. We're gonna hold this exhale for about 35 seconds. You can go a little longer if you'd like to, but for now, let's just get started with about 35 quick seconds. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Take a big recovery breath in. Hold it at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale it all out. Good. Let's take another recovery breath in. Exhale it out. Amazing. So that was our first round of breath work. Now you can repeat that exact same pattern 3 to 5 times in a row. Just remember, if you get lightheaded, take a break. There's no reason for you to feel like you're going to pass out. It's completely normal. If you feel a little bit of a tingles in your hands or your face, that's called tetany. You're safe. But if it gets too strong and your hands start to cramp up, take a little break. Okay, so now that we've done all of this breath work, you're ready to get into the plunge. The tip that I like to share is to just slow down your breathing. Our tendency when we get into the plunge is to go, and we kind of lose our breath a little bit. We go, oh man, where's it at? It's stuck somewhere in here. So we want to go ahead and just exhale. Let that breath out. Then step into the plunge and then begin a nice gentle breathing pattern. You never want to hyperventilate while you're in the plunge or any body of water. So what that means is you don't want to do a fast-paced kind of breathing. You want to slow it down as much as possible. The slower that you go, the more parasympathetic or relaxing that experience is going to be for you. So getting into the plunge is going to take your breath away. That's completely normal. The way you deal with that is by slowing down your exhale and letting the breath naturally fill back in. It looks kind of like this. Nice, slow, easy, gentle breaths. Also, if you're new to cold plunge, please watch this video where we explain 10 tips for you to have the best cold plunge experience. So as you can see, if you haven't been doing breathwork before you cold plunge, you've been missing out on some of the benefits. It feels amazing. So once you've gotten out of the plunge, to warm back up, I like to sit back down and do the breath of fire and do about 30 breaths. It looks like this. You breathe in, and then it's a burst out the nose. Just like that, using just your diaphragm. In, then burst out through the nose. And then you're gonna repeat that about 30 times in a nice, rapid pace that you can maintain. So if I go a little too fast or a little too slow, adjust for whatever's comfortable for you. It looks something like this. Big breath in, and exhale it all out. And you can repeat that over and over again until you feel warm. Another great tool is just to move your body. Swing your arms, do a horse dance, do some jumping jacks, move your body, get the blood flowing. I hope this helps. If you enjoyed this and you're ready to take the plunge, make sure you use the promo code in the description at checkout. The website is plunge.com/YouTube.